Hello, and if you guys have clicked on this video after watching the first one, then you're a friggin' legend, because the standard of karting in that first episode was not good whatsoever. So here we are, back at Ultimate again, for the third time out of my last 4 karting videos, so yeah, hopefully it's going to be a bit better than the last couple times, but we've got a new rival this time round. So added to my couple of rivals I have already is Ross O'Brien? I don't actually know how you pronounce his last name. I think I'll have to quiz it on him next time I see him. So he's going to be joining Luke and Russell on various, challenges throughout the season, and hopefully I'll be racing against them more than a few times, and hopefully I can beat them more than a few times. If I could correct the poor rating in the first episode. So let's just jump straight into the first heat. And my objective for today just actually compete, if I'm honest. after how bad that first episode was, yeah, I want to have some good racing, and hopefully I can avoid an incident and finish 13th or higher. So let's see how I get on. So going into the second lap, I'm still in 13th, I've held my position, and I'd say it's been an alright start. I'm still ahead of the Class 3 drivers, I think, so it's been a decent start. I think this is probably one of my strongest circuits, up there with Bookmore. It's probably my strongest circuit on the calendar, and towards the end of this lap, that driver's getting forced down the inside ridiculously, and it's giving me the opportunity to pull quite an alright move down the outside of the boot corner there, and yeah, I'm up to 12th position. And I'm going to show you this lap because I feel like in the first episode didn't really show my ability whatsoever, or lack of ability, but this lap I think shows what I can do, because the driver in front is Steph Theodoro, who I'm going to give a bit of a shout out, by the way, because he always tries to help me out a little bit here and there. So he normally finishes in the A finals, and I'm keeping up with him. As you can see, I'm actually competing with him. I'm like, if not keeping up, I'm even cashing at some points. I mean, cause this is a driver who finishes in A finals, like I say, and if I can just work on my consistency throughout races and just keep it all through the day, I can, maybe finish in the B final. But it's just moments like this where I just drift wide and lose a few tenths. It's just like I need to cut that out of my races, and it's really frustrating. And like here, I've dropped back a little bit, and it gives the driver behind a little bit of opportunity to send it down the inside there. I probably didn't see it, that's why he clipped me a little bit there. And this is more my poor racecraft. I could go for a move instantly that's not available, and because of that, I lose more time. And it's things like that make me lose time and not finishing B finals. But then this happened. He span in front of me, and I clipped him on the left side of the kart, and the point of contact was the wheel, and as I'm turning left, the wheel gets full on jolted to the right, and it really hurt my wrist, to the point where I actually thought I broke my wrist and really hurt my arm at the time as well. So I immediately stopped. There's no way I could have carried on. I know you might think I'm a bit of a wimp, but it really hurt. As you can imagine, I'm turning left and I get full on jolted right instantly. And as I record this 2 weeks later, I've only just taken it out of its brace. It was a bad sprain. Thankfully it wasn't a broken wrist. So in review, I got promoted to 17th, even though I retired on like lap 4. So it wasn't a great race, but I felt I did have a good race up until that point. I felt I was doing alright, so I'll give that a 3-star. I just convicted to something that wasn't really my fault. And then the time I was getting patched up, the heavens opened and it made the surface very greasy, which is not great for me. So if it goes anything like that, then this is going to be the worst race in the world. So obviously I don't want bloody spin. That's my main aim. Keep it on the track as well, and hopefully I can beat Ross, who's starting 20th as well. So let's see how it goes this time. So after getting around the first lap unscathed on the back of this pack of 4 or 5 karts here, so I've still got a chance to maybe competing quite high up in this race, as I'm still 2.5 seconds ahead of the karts behind in their own little pack, so it's going alright. I mean, normally in these conditions I'm way off the back of the pack and just drifting into the shadow realm, so but at the moment I'm controlling it a little bit as I go for a little bit of a slide there, but if I'm honest, my wrist was hurting a little bit and I was struggling through right hand corners. I don't know if you managed to spot it, but I'm not really clipping apexes at right hand corners just because of the way it contorts my wrist when I turn right. So I mean, I'm not really clipping that apex either, but I mean, it just, particularly through right hand corners, it was still a bit painful, but yeah. And through here I've somehow found some grip and I had a mega run on this guy through down the back straight here, so I'm up to 14th, which is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite proud of that, if I'm honest, in these sort of conditions. So hopefully I can hold this position and maybe even gain a couple more. So by lap 4 I'm still on the track and competing for 13th and maybe 12th, but here I don't know what happened. I just kept on going. I couldn't turn and I just went wide and I clipped that tyre barrier on the left hand side there and I got a cone penalty, which is added 1 position. I don't normally get penalties. I genuinely throughout the season I maybe get 2 or 3 throughout the whole season. And I promise I'm going to try not to get any penalties. But yeah, now I got a penalty for a cone hit. I mean, I just grazed it, which is even more annoying. And yeah, by lap 5 I do the same thing again. I do the same thing again. I could not find the grip on that corner. I lose 3 positions, and I was going to lose my direction of the kart as well. I was nearly go off track, but I managed to control the slide. But I'm down to 18th, which is a bit annoying because I thought I raced all right up until that, if I'm honest. So by the final lap, I'm still in 18th. I've dropped back a little bit to the karts in front, but I mean, the second half of this race was crap, if I'm honest, but the first half was decent. And as you can see, I finished 13 seconds ahead of Ross, but it doesn't matter because of that penalty. I'm going to clip that code, or that tyre wall. It means I finished 19th, and he's got the point on me. I mean, 13 seconds ahead is a bit annoying. So I'm going to give myself a 2-star performance for that heat. I mean, the first half, like I say, was alright. The second half was crap. So by the final heat, the track's dried out for the most part. I mean, it's still greasy in places, but it's basically like, for the most part, it's like driving on cold tyres. So hopefully I can finish 17th or higher and not spin in the process. So let's see how I get on. if I'm honest, I wasn't really racing well in this one. I think it's just my wrist was just starting to really affect how well I was driving, because as you can see, I'm just dropping back, and by lap 3 a driver in front had a little bit of an incident, so I can overtake down the inside going into this corner here, which is I mean, it's going alright. I'm still keeping pace with most of the grid, but I feel like if I was at my best I would compete much higher up. So by lap 4 the driver that spun over took me going into this corner here, and yeah, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it, and I don't know, it's a bit frustrating, because I feel like if that didn't happen in the first heat, I mean, I could have had a much better day. And yeah, I'm down to 18th going into lap 5, and it's just not going well. I mean, I'm 4 seconds ahead of the driver in 19th, so hopefully I won't finish last unless I get a penalty. So by lap 6 I'm keeping pace with a couple drivers in front, and yeah, and this breacher in front, I go for a move down the inside of, I think it's Ashby hairpin or Ashby corner. I've improved from last episode. Look, I've gone for a move and I've sort of kept it, but she had a better exit than me, so I had to keep it inside, but I get a little bit of a slide going out because it's still a bit greasy in places. And yeah, she goes for a dive on there, but look how close we got there. So I get the switch back on her. I mean, I thought I was going to hit her there, but yeah, I got the switch back on her, thankfully. And by the final lap, I'm still in 17th. I mean, I just wasn't with the races this one, if I'm honest. But yeah, I completed 2 objectives, I guess. I mean, I was 1 overtake away from completing all of them. And yeah, I mean, I give it another 2-star performance, if I'm honest. It wasn't a great race. I feel like I could have done much better if I was at a full fitness. So into the C final, obviously. Normally I like to commentate over my footage as it happens on screen, but this race was something else, I tell you. As you can see, my rivals are all in this race. Russell is here, he is real, he's starting in 11th place. It'd be unlikely if I managed to catch him, but you never know. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I've genuinely struggled to cut this race down, so that's why this video is quite long. And yeah, that number at the top left changes 35 times, so I hope you enjoy it. I think that's the most positions I've gained on the first lap of any race in Club 100. So I mean, 7 positions. I mean, I even dropped down to 26th briefly, so 8 positions I've gained on 1 lap. It doesn't happen often. And going into this corner here, I tapped the back of Luke, and he gets a bit annoyed at me. So apologies, Luke. I didn't mean to it. Yeah, I was just trying to follow you through, just so it gives that driver on the outside no chance to overtake. So sorry about that, Luke, if you're watching. So I'm up to 16th because of a driver span around on the left there. I mean, I've gained 10 positions in 1.5 laps. I mean, if I carry on at this pace, I mean, the B final is even a possibility. So let's see if I can manage that. So going into the 3rd lap, I've got a bit of a run on Luke there, as he got a little bit of a slide out of the last corner there, so I'm quite close to the back of this pack, and Mr. Brandon has a bit of a poor corner there, and we both overtake him, and same again. I've got a bit of a run on Luke, and I just tap him from the back again. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm genuinely not doing it on purpose. So yeah, I'm up to 15th now. I mean, me and Luke are just fighting our way through, I guess. So 15th place, not bad considering I started 25th. So on lap 4, I'm going to Christmas Corner. There's a bit of a cluster of carts there, so I managed to catch up to this green suited driver, of which I'm going to have many battles with him during this race. So I go for a little lunge again. I really shouldn't have done in hindsight, because I just lost some time going out into the straight here, which gives the opportunity for the driver behind to overtake going into this corner. So I'm down to 16th, and I'm starting to lose touch with Luke, annoyingly. And yeah, I was hoping that me and him were going to have a good battle for the rest of this race, but if I don't overtake these drivers quick enough, he's going to pull away. So by lap 5, I'm still on the tail of these two drivers. I just can't get by, and that there is me from last episode, just making a ridiculous lunge and never going to get the move. So I mean, to be fair to him, he doesn't give up. So going into this corner here, he goes for another lunge, but he holds it for a couple of corners, but I've got a line going into this final corner here, and yeah, I close the door, and yeah, I'm having some good racing at the moment, so I'm definitely going to complete that objective there, and good racing continues for literally up until the last corner of the last lap. So I mean, this race is ridiculous. I genuinely, I've never had a race like this in Club 100. I mean, it's probably because I'm slow, but I mean, it's just how close it was, and the amount of overtakes, and just the amount of battles I'm having with people is just a bit silly and mad, to be fair. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. So going into Ashby, I get pushed onto the grass just slightly there. It makes me lose my momentum going to the following corner. So the driver who's been wanting to overtake me for a few laps now is right on my tail. And going into this corner, he's finally got it off me, which is fair play to him. He's been working on that overtake for a good few laps. So yeah, I'm dropping back a little bit now, which is a bit annoying, even though I am 17th and gain a few positions. A bit annoying. So by lap 7, it seems a few laps ago, I've got a bit of a better line through the last couple corners here on the driver in front, but I had to pull out here, otherwise it would have been an airplane crash off that final curb there. So pulling out for the safety aspect there. So yeah, into lap 8, I'm still competing. I mean, I'm dropping back a little bit. I mean, probably the best I'm going to do is maybe 15th or maybe potentially 14th. So I mean, yeah, even now, lap 9, I'm still competing with these two drivers. I mean, I'm not going to lie, the driver in the green suit, I could not get by him. Like, the amount of times I've had opportunities to overtake, or I just could not get by him. And managed to get past that driver there on going a little bit wide, but my exit was poor, and he's got the switchback on me again, and just, yeah, he's still in front. I mean, we were side by side going into that corner there, but he shut the door just a little bit because he was in front, and that opens the opportunity for Ross to come from nowhere and get the 18th place off of it. I mean, yeah, he's fair play to him. He's probably been behind me, you know, burning a hole in the back of my helmet with his eyes. So yeah, he's in front of me right now, and yeah, I mean, this boot section, we're having a little bit of success with overtaking people. I've overtaken Ross going into that corner there. And well, yeah, I'm up to 17th again. And now I know that Ross is behind me at this point. I'm just, I just want to defend against him, because I really want to just beat, like I say at the start, I really just want to beat one of my rivals, and I'm forced onto the grass massively there. And this opens the opportunity again for Ross to come through, and I'm just like, for God's sake. So yeah, we've only taken each other a couple of times already now, in the maybe a lap. So we're having a great battle with each other, and I mean, even though I'm 18th, I mean, I'm loving this. I mean, this is genuinely the most fun I've had in a race in Club 100. The amount of overtakes, the amount of people I've had battles with, I'm just, I don't care where I finish in Club 100. I mean, you guys probably think I want to win, but I genuinely don't. I just want to have clean races and have good racing like this. And same again, I pull a great move on Ross going into the boot, and I'm just yeah, by lap 12 I'll go a little bit wide there, and he's probably got a bit of momentum on me going into the first couple of corners here. I think he wanted to just stay behind me here, so he got a bit of a run on me go up to Christmas. I think he knows it's probably my weak spot and his best spot to overtake me, so there he is again, going through. I mean, this is so silly. I mean, the amount of overtakes in here. I mean, the final lap, look, right on his arse again. So he's yeah, I'm still behind that driver in the green suit. I couldn't get by him. I briefly overtake Ross, but he's got a run on a green suited driver, and yeah, he's up to 17th, and missed a brick wall in front of me. I can't get by him, and even though I'm down the inside here, just has a much better exit than me, and it's so frustrating. And here comes another driver trying to take advantage of my poor overtakes, and I'm in front just here, but because I'm taking the inside defending, he's got the better line coming out of it, and he's got the inside line going into this corner, which is a bit annoying. But same again for the whole race. I had a better section through the final couple of corners, overtaking on the last corner, and that's the C final. I finished 18th. I mean, what a race! What a race that was. I mean, I know it's 18th, and you guys probably think, oh, I'm not finishing first. I mean, I'm 18th in C finals, but that is the most fun I've had in a race in Club 100. Is unreal. I mean, I gained 7 positions from my starting position, completed 2 objectives. I mean, the only downside, I didn't beat any rivals, but I still give that a 3-star performance. So, going on to the rival scoreboard. I mean, from the last episode, it wasn't looking good, and after this one, I mean, it's just a hell of a lot of red now, isn't it? So 2-0 behind on Russell and Ross. I mean, Luke's leading 3-1, so I'm 2 points behind on all 3 of them. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a comeback now if I manage to beat any of them now. So, I mean, Ross can count himself lucky, if I'm honest, particularly on the first race. So, I feel I've got the facilities to maybe get the comeback on him. So, in conclusion today, I mean, I feel it's been much better in the first round, if I'm honest. But I just feel like my dodgy wrist sort of held me back a little bit. I mean, in the final round, it was feeling a little bit better, but I mean, it was still hurting through right-hand corners. So, in total, I mean, overall, I'm just gonna give it a 2-star performance. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I mean, I'm always looking for ways to improve these videos. So if you guys can comment down below on where I can improve, be more than welcome to take your constructive criticism. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. The new episode will be coming in hopefully in a couple of weeks. And thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you can drop me a subscription as well if you enjoyed it. So I'll see you in the next episode.